Hey guys, so I did a video talking about what I envision for the future of money and this sort of utopian point system, which is going to be like the currency. The points are going to be the currency, okay? Cryptocurrency, I feel, will be more of an investment, and this point system, that will be the currency, and it will be a way to kind of re-educate us and set us back on track to be healthy, yeah, in all aspects: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And it's gonna be a way to kind of get us back centered within ourselves, and really transform our energy and raise our vibration and increase our electromagnetic field and our power. So it's, the world won't be based upon a system that harvests energy, power, money, whatever from anyone else, from external sources. It's going to be what levels you emit is what you're going to have, like the natural universal law, but put into a physical system. So it's going to be like you're going to receive currency for your well-being, how happy you are, the choices that you make, and how it affects you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, just like the choices that you make that increase positive health and positive well-being and positive emotions that help you to emit a higher frequency. You're going to be more wealthy. Everything is going to be basically super transparent, I feel, and everything is going to be an honest representation. The physical will be an honest representation. The outer will be an honest representation of the inner. And because I feel like we've gone so far away from that. Like, a lot of people don't even know how to be happy. They don't even know what makes them happy. And there is this problem environmentally that we've got with this. So, today me and Viv went litter picking all along the roads and in like this vineyard place where we just picked up loads of trash. And before we went, I was talking to my granddad because he had the litter pickers, so we borrowed his litter pickers because he used to do it when he used to go fishing. He was like, the problem is education. And I was like thinking about this while I was doing it. I was like, the problem isn't education. There's enough education out there to tell us about our environment. The problem is passion. The problem is having a passion for life, having a passion for living, having something that we want to live for, having something that, we feel purpose for, not just any old thing, but, things that sing to our soul, things that sing to our heart. Having passion for the world, for this world that we live in, that we want to take care of it, and we want to be here, and we want, a beautiful future for our kids. And the problem is we have developed this society and this system, right, where everything's based upon survival skills, It's like been a very dog-eat-dog, survival of the fittest kind of system for the majority of people. And due to this, people are really not in alignment. They're out of place. People are doing jobs simply for the paycheck, or they've gone into careers not because they actually it sings their soul, but they are driven by financial reward, or they're driven by power, or achieving success, but it's not something necessarily that they are best suited to. And then there's other people that just take jobs because they need to pay the bills, and it's just like, oh, just do this. And that has created this system where, to be perfectly honest, our resources aren't effectively used. Our resources aren't effectively used. And I think New Year's Eve, where, we've been seeing all these firework displays, these, what was it, 1.5 million or something pounds firework displays going on around the world, where nobody is actually out there watching them. So that is a waste in itself. But obviously things get organized prior, but it comes to a point where things are put in your face, and it's there, and you have to ask yourself, is that really necessary? Is it really necessary? Even if things were how they were 2 years ago, is that really necessary? Is that an efficient use of spending? And I was talking to my granddad about this, and he was like, yeah, but this is people's livelihoods. And I was like, yeah, but only because we're in a system where people feel that they need to make money, they need to make as much money as possible, or they need this or they need that, because we manipulate each other. We harvest each other's energy. We harvest each other's finances. We harvest each other's power, because we feel that we need it, because there is a lack inside. There is this lack, this emotional lack, this, lack on many levels inside of peace, where we feel we need to obtain something outside of ourselves, whatever that may be. So yeah, there's you can look at it from this aspect of, inefficient use of resources, because we most definitely have that. You can look at things like, well, in the UK they have councils, and I've looked at this myself in regards to the councils and how they spend money and what they spend it on and how they waste it and how it could be better used. And you've got to ask, the people who are in charge, are they really passionate about this, or do they just put things where they just put them without really a thought, and just do their job and just get through the day, do their job, get through the day, get through the week, get through the month, get the paycheck, and pay the bills and slave away all week to enjoy a Friday night on the town, or a Saturday night on the town, or a Saturday daytime shopping, spending money buying temporary happiness. And that has been the system that we have been operating in. So with that video I did on what I see in regards to the future of money and the financial system, that I feel is more in regards to helping us to transform ourselves and help educate ourselves and condition ourselves and systemize ourselves into a way of being that sings to our souls, how we sing to ourselves, how we're happy. And I said in that video, this system, this Chinese social system that's been practiced, it's a good idea in theory, but putting people in dictatorial boxes that's not efficient, because there's just going to be a rebellion with that. It's just going to be the same thing that, has happened over history, over and over again throughout history. So it has to be on an individual sort of level of what that individual person's talents are, what they're here to do on earth, what sings to their soul, how they are, what energy are they carrying through their bloodline, what's their ancestry, what things need to be healed, what's their love language, what speaks to them. And not only will that help people with their healing and get into a point of happiness, which will actually help them to generate power. So this whole point of this system would be to transform people into being energy vampires and harvesting energy externally, to becoming a power source and to emitting power, generating power. And to be honest, yeah, people have been enslaved, the whole world, really. The system has been a slave system. It's been a slavery system, and it makes you think a lot about, Egypt and freeing the Jews and stuff, and the Bible. You think about things like that, them stories, but not necessarily in regards to anything in the history. You think of things more in regards to freeing ourselves, our minds from a slavery system, because that has just repeated all throughout history. It's just a repeat after repeat after repeat. So to have like a dictatorial dystopian way of operating a point system, a social system, and having it like a credit score would be, it's not going to work. That's dysfunctional. If you changed currency to be in the points, there's incentive there. There's incentive, there's reward, and it changes people from going from being a slave and working and actually emitting or generating low power because they're, flipping miserable or wasted or, feeling zero passion for life, zero excitement for life, zero joy for life, yeah? So they're not actually generating any power, they're powerless. By having people free and in alignment with themselves and feeling happy to being able to gain new inspiration for what they can contribute to the world, what they're here for, what they can contribute, what they want to contribute, and give them purpose and, and have passion, you're going to be transforming society from a load of powerless slaves to powerhouses, powerhouses. And yeah, we are kind of getting there closer and closer and closer and closer. We are moving more to that direction. We can even see it with, the way we operate with power, from when we had things like solar power, and you could, instead of buying energy, you could have these solar power and then sell energy back. You're generating and creating power. So, we are already seeing examples to educate us on how we can do this ourselves, because everything starts with us. But yeah, so that point system, I feel, if it's in regards to, you'll have to, in fact, I'm not even going to go into all of that right now. Watch that video. I'll leave a link for that video because it just explains that, all what I was talking about in that video. But having a point system and being under surveillance, the surveillance part of things is going to help educate us on living. It's going to help educate us upon our actions that we take. People are passionate about their finances. So if you are doing something and you're dropping litter and you have points deducted because, no one else is around, no humans are around, but there is surveillance around observing you and they can see what you're doing and it's not going unnoticed, then that is kind of a beneficial thing, because it's going to really kind of hit people in a way that they've been majorly programmed to, they've been programmed in a way to value money so high, or, their finances so high. Nobody wants to be fined. Nobody wants, these things. So it's going to be a way that you can't escape that. So people are going to, really, it will help to educate. It will help to educate and recondition us by using the biggest attachments that we have created as in regards to the majority of society up to this point. Those who, it's gonna be the easiest way to recondition people and resystemize. So yeah, I am down for surveillance. I really am. And I'm down for surveillance for everyone. Everybody's equal, to have not necessarily the algorithms for individual people, because I do feel like people, how people will receive their points or their financial currency it's going to be individual. So certain things, there can't just be one box of the ideal person for that, because it's just not going to work. But in regards to receiving additional points, or having points deducted, due to how you operate in society and how you contribute, or how you affect society and the environment, that's a good thing. So they are good things to have boxes with. If you go and help somebody, say you go and help an old person across the street, you get some points. If you drop litter, you get deducted points. Them things are good to have in regards to being set. But like individuals receiving points upon their well-being as a payment for the power that they actually generate, just as they're human, just as a human being, not a human doing, a human being, and the power that they can generate from their electromagnetic field, that needs to be a little bit more individual and tailored. But I feel like we will see these things. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited because I do feel, we need to be re-educated. We've had so much choices and chances, and there's been so much information to help re-educate people. And loads of people have been re-educated and people have made better choices, but that's still not enough. It's still not enough, because we still see detriment being done, and we see problems still within the environment. We see carelessness. We see financial gain being chosen above the environment. But again, with the green tech, I'm so excited for all the green tech. I'm so excited for all the new companies. I just love seeing all these companies and what they're doing with all, the trash from the ocean. Even to the point where I don't want to buy clothes unless they have been made out of either recycled fabric or recycled bottles, or, and their positive impact. Same with trainers. Like there's that company, is it Veja or something? VEJA from Brazil. I think what they're doing is incredible. There's so many of these companies that are doing this, and it's exciting to see where we're heading and where, it's going quite quickly now. It really is going quite quickly. So I just feel quite excited for that, for a surveillance state, and for a financial reset and a point system, but done in a utopian way that is going to help the world collective become more efficient and joyful, and become powerhouses and generate power, instead of just trying to harvest it from external sources or external people. So I'm gonna just put a few clips on here of what we were doing today, and it felt good. It felt good to do that. It felt good to actually, when you think about things a lot, but it feels good to actually take action upon things. And I started thinking about things in regards to, England and the councils and council tax, and then you can look at things like whether you're paying the same tax over and over again, but it's just labeled as different things, and what things are used for and stuff, and how efficient is certain systems, and how it might be there could be better systems in place where finances and resources are used in a different way. But I think that will all change anyway. It's all going to change because it hasn't been fully efficient, and the waste is just, it's speaking louder and louder. It's getting louder and louder. And 2021, things are going to get louder and louder. And if things are dishonest or things aren't efficient, yeah, and things aren't beneficial, then it's going to become even more obvious. The elephants in the room are going to get even bigger, and certain things that need to be changed and transformed and evolved are going to stand out like a sore thumb. Honestly, nobody can lie anymore. Like, no one can lie about things anymore. It's just, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. That deceptive vibration, it can't withstand in our environment anymore. You know, everything's been recoded. The planets have been recoded. Our planet's been recoded. People are being recoded. There is new algorithms here that, you know, those that were able to hack the old game aren't able to hack this one because it's brand new. Yeah, it's completely brand new. We're like brand new babies having to learn the game. We're not experts at anymore. We were experts at an old game where, you know, illusion could have been believed, and now it's like illusion stands out like a sore thumb. If something's off, yeah, it stinks loud and clear. So yeah, this is what I've been doing today, litter picking and reflecting upon certain things, and this is what I've got. Let me know what you think, guys.